Yeah, like.
All right, so tell us what happened.
Well, it was March 30th, 2010. Me and a group of 5 other friends went to serve notices. It was only me and my friend serving the notice. We approached the London police headquarters with a camera, and we filmed the front door. We see one notice on all of the 6 doors in front. It's a red circle with a crossed out gun. Very clearly means no guns. So we open the door. On the next door it says the use of video cameras is strictly prohibited on this premises. At this point I hand the camera behind me to my girlfriend Monica, and she stays behind this line. Me and Kyle, we enter the London Police Department. We go up to the desk, we tell them we have a notice to serve upon the Chief of Police. We hand them the notice. We proceed to leave the London Police headquarters. As we are outside on the sidewalk now, a police officer runs out of the building. He yelling. My girlfriend turns around holding the camera in her hand. We were still filming at this point, filming our exit. She turns around with the camera. The police officer grabs her hand and rips the camera out of her hand, proceeding to yell, "Seizure, seizure, mine." He then I try to grab it back out of his hand. He pulled it away. He then proceeds to turn around and run into the police headquarters and lock the doors. We approach the doors and try to open them, and they're locked. About 5 minutes later, a police officer comes outside and starts demanding my girlfriend's name, which it wasn't her camera, and the owner of the camera at the time was trying very vigorously to give his name and information to the police officer, who wasn't accepting it. The police officer then told us that we had to come the next day with a receipt and the serial number. The next day, I wasn't there. My friend Kyle, it was his camera, he went there the next day. He goes up to the counter, he asks the police, he asked the police that if he can have his camera back. He shows them the receipt. They tell him that the receipt isn't good enough and that he can't have his camera back. He says, well, I don't need the receipt, this is my camera, you're gonna give me my camera. The police officer says no, and that it was seized. So Kyle asks him for a business card. Immediately as he asked the police officer for the business card, the 3 or 4, I wasn't there at this time, my friend Kyle was, 3 or 4 police officers at the time stood up and threatened my friend Kyle with arrest, simply for asking for the business card of the officer who stole our camera. He then left, and that's all the information I have so far.
Wow.
Pretty
so
crazy.
As of April 2nd, you still don't have your video camera back?
It is April 2nd, we don't have our video camera. We'll be sending a bill to the London Police Service and we'll be charging them interest. My friend Kyle, whose private property the camera was, has a fee schedule which has already been sent to the London Police Service and is an act, so we will be sending them a bill and charging them interest. The police officer who stole the camera, a direct quote from him. I didn't hear this firsthand, I heard this from Kyle, this is a direct quote. He said, if you guys aren't going to play by the rules, then neither are we.
And this was coming from a police officer?
This was the police officer's explanation for stealing the camera and not returning it.
Okay.
He said, if you guys aren't going to play by the rules, neither are we. This was because we served a notice, and they obviously read the notice and didn't like it very much.
So because you basically served a notice stating that you're a sovereign human being,
that I am a sovereign living soul, and that the corporation of the London Police Service has no jurisdiction or authority without my written consent.